Hi, my name is William Metcalf, and today we're going to be talking about the different parts of Medicare and how they work together and dispelling a few misconceptions. So I'm going to break them down simply so that they're easy to understand, and let's jump into it. So Medicare Part A basically is hospital coverage, and it covers things like nursing care and some things like that. So it's kind of like think of it as like almost catastrophic coverage. And so that is free if you've paid into Medicare long enough for most people. So that's part A. Part B is more like outpatient care, preventative care, and those sorts of things. And those actually do have premiums associated with them, and they're adjusted based on your income. So that's something to consider when you're taking distributions from your IRA and things like that. So that's something to think about because those premiums do adjust over different brackets. Part C is Medicare Advantage, and basically that is like a private plan when you go to the marketplace, and it sort of covers different parts of Part A and Part B, and even Part D, which we'll talk about in a second. But that's a private alternative. You'll still be responsible for paying premiums with that, and coinsurance and all of those things as well. Part D is for drugs, for prescription drugs, and so that's pretty self-explanatory. So how do these things work together? So Part A and Part B, and then Part D is essentially what traditional Medicare looks like before they broke it up. So that's kind of option one, is to go through traditional Medicare, get Part A, Part B, and then Part D. And then you could also go to Medicare Advantage, and get a plan that way through the private marketplace. And that kind of is like a separate option on the side. So some quick misconceptions. A key one is that Medicare is not free. So that's not, once you get past Part A, Medicare is not free. So that's one. Two, Part A and B don't cover everything. So that's key to remember as well. If you are going to have prescription drugs or things like that, then you need to think about Part D. And then the last thing is, just to think about budgeting for healthcare premiums in our planning. We always include medical expenses separately from your basic living expense, and so we build that in on top. So that's something that we always consider. And then, as I mentioned, being strategic with where you're pulling your incomes from can also save you money on the Medicare side of things in terms of those premiums that I talked about that adjust on that sliding scale. So I hope this video was helpful. It's very basic, but I just wanted to introduce some of those topics. And obviously, if you have questions, we would be happy to help. And we also have professionals that we work with that help us on this side as well, that are able to shop for different plans through the marketplace. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, and have a great day.